Welcome to my side of the internet. My name is Mark Anthony, and in today's video, I'm going to give an update to a video I've already done. So back in September, I did a fall 2022 wish list. I actually should have called it an end of year wish list. Well, no, technically it would be fall because fall ends December 22nd, and I basically wrapped up the list for the most part. I'm going to explain. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what I got, what I didn't get, why, what's on hold, because listen, this is not going to be a channel where we go into debt trying to stunt for the gram, trying to stunt for whoever, trying to stunt for somebody, trying to stunt for the church. Okay, we're not going to do that. So some of the stuff I kind of miscalculated the budget a little bit. I'm going to explain, but I'm going to share with you what I got because I feel like a lot of times when people do these wish list style videos, they don't really give you a concrete update on whether or not they got the stuff. They may sprinkle it out, throughout the year, but they don't really give you a full compilation of what they got and what they didn't get. Now, if you didn't see that video, I'll make sure that I link it in the description box, but if not, this video will essentially just be a haul for you, so you can still watch it and get the full context of what the past video was. Now, I know nobody cares about what I want, but wish lists are my favorite kind of videos. I'm definitely going to be doing another one at the top of 2023. I'm hoping to post that on January 1st or December 31st. Anyway, let me get into the list. Now, first up, this was the first item on the list, and that was this pair of G.H. Bass Weegian loafers in black and white. These shoes are super cool. These were the first thing that I actually got from the wish list. Lord, I don't know what that is outside. These were the first things that I got from the wish list. I actually repurchased these. I bought these in a size 9. I would recommend that if you have a wider foot, to get these in a half size up or full size up. I went a full size up. I maybe could have done a half, but considering how difficult it was for me to get on the size 9, I decided to get them in a size 10. Definitely worth it. These I have worn, gosh, 1,000 times. They go with everything. It's very hard not to select them, but definitely a favorite. Now, on that list also was those same exact loafers, but in an emerald green. Now, they went out of stock immediately afterwards, and they have not come back in stock since, but it worked out. I ended up finding these Doc Martens in khaki olive green. These are now my favorite shoes. Khaki olive green is my favorite color. I have so many items in this color, so this is going to be in quick rotation in my wardrobe. These were such a great find, and they were about the same cost as the emerald ones. I didn't mention the black and white ones and the emerald ones were about $150. So were these Doc Martens. Doc Martens are becoming my favorite shoe. I know I said in that video that I would not get any more loafers that had tassels on them, but it's just something about the way they do it. It's just something about the way they do it. It's not the same. It's not the same. Plus, I just love the medium sole of these as well, much like those G.H. Bass ones. These were such a great find. If the emerald green ones do come back in stock, I may consider getting those, but these to me work out even better, considering they go with more in my wardrobe. The other item on that list was those Giuseppe Archibald crocodile loafers. Now, I did not get those because after I sat on them for a while, I just didn't like them as much, and I didn't want to spend that money on something I didn't absolutely love. I'm learning here. I'm learning because I had a bad habit of doing that. So I ended up skipping those. Plus, what I didn't know when I was editing the video, I actually wanted them in a toffee color, and they had more of a tan brown. So because the toffee color went out of stock, and I kind of made a mistake when I was editing featuring that shoe, they weren't really the color I wanted, but they actually have those in a slightly thicker sole in the new season, and I think I prefer those a little bit more. So I'm gonna keep an eye on those. Even with those, I'm still not completely in love, but the Giuseppe's ones just were not the work of the Lord this fall. I didn't really want them anymore. I'm glad that I sat on them as long as I did, because if I would have purchased them and never wore them, I would have been pissed. Now, to round out the shoes on that list, the next pair of shoes that I wanted was a pair of Adidas Gazelle sneakers in black and white. I ended up getting those, but I got them in collegiate blue instead. I have so much black and white stuff, and even more black and white stuff that I want to add to the list. So I figured that I would get them in a different color. This collegiate blue is super cool. I always talk about how I don't wear a lot of color, and that is true, but I do wear blue. I don't think I've featured it in any video so far, but it is one of my favorite colors too. Not as much as a favorite as the khaki, but it also one of my favorite colors. So I picked these up in the collegiate blue. I probably could have sized up in to a 9.5 in these. I think just permanently, took me 31 years to figure this out. I think just permanently, I just need to buy a 9.5. I don't know why I refuse to size up in things. I have this thing with my feet looking big. I think I just need to size up to a 9.5 permanently. They fit and they're comfortable, but I think they would be a bit more comfortable in a size 9.5. So, love these in the collegiate blue. I may get the black and white ones in the future, we'll see. They also had a really cool brown one. Now, next up on the list was that Or2 kimono top. Now, I didn't get this because of two reasons. Number one, the way my body is set up right now, I don't really think I could pull that out in the wardrobe. It is a great statement piece, and I definitely want to get that shirt, so I'm gonna move it over to next year, maybe when I've lost a little bit more. But yeah, the way my body is set up, number one, I don't think I'm quite ready for it. I looked at where the tie lands, and it's a little low, which means it's gonna be a lot exposed, and I'm not ready for that right now, and I'm not in that season. So what I decided to do, that shirt was $190. What I decided to do was take my own advice, which was to upgrade basics that I already had. So I went over to Lily Silk and I bought these two utility pocket shirts. This one is in white. This is in 100% silk, crepe de chine. They have these utility pockets with like this pleat on the front. Super cool design. They're really wrinkled. I just got them in. But decided to invest in these instead. These were $95 each, and I also got the black one too. So same shirt in black, $95 each. So I just used the money that I would have spent on that kimono, invested in upgrading basics that I already had, because as much as I love that kimono, I know I'm probably gonna wear it on special occasions where I'm really trying to make sure that the things that I wear every day and the things that I go for the most are the best quality. So I decided to get these instead, and I think it was worth it. I bought them in a size medium, and they fit great. They're really soft. They're kind of sheer, but not too sheer. Sheer enough for me to be comfortable. So yeah, I picked these up instead of that Or2 top. But next year, when we down a little bit more pounds, and also when I finish upgrading all my everyday go-to basics, I'm gonna talk about that in another video. But when I upgrade all of those items is when I'll start really investing in those special pieces. Now, speaking of Lily Silk, in that video I mentioned that I wanted to get the camel version of the white version of this shirt that I already have. So I have this shirt in white, and I saw this camel, and it actually almost looks like a gold, which I love. And I said that I was gonna get it in a size large, but I got it in a size medium because when I tried on my white version, it actually had a nice relaxed fit. And I don't know if I mentioned before, but I recently lost about 30 pounds. So it fit a little bit more than what I thought it did compared to when I first tried it on last year. So I decided to just get this in a medium. This was on that wish list. Again, another great find. I love Lily Silk. I'm probably gonna get every single shirt they have because for 100% silk, it's actually pretty affordable. They come fast. I also really love the packaging that they do. It's very simple, very minimalistic, but they have this sort of sheer paper that they use. I think it's so on point for the brand. Great branding, Lily Silk. But yes, picked up this in a size medium. Great find, glad I got it. Like I said, I'm probably gonna get these in every single color. Okay, so next up was the key high key aviator in gold. I did end up picking these up. And let me try them on so you can see. Right? Right? So these retail for $75 on the site, and I was gonna go ahead and pull the trigger. But every Saturday I go to a couple of stores, and one of them is Nordstrom Rack. And I found these at Nordstrom Rack for $25. So I saved what, like 33% getting these, and these are the same high key aviators with gold. They look super great. Aviator is probably one of my favorite shapes, go-to shapes for sunglasses. So I was actually able to save on this wish list item, and they weren't really particularly expensive in the first place. Like I said, they retail for $75. So to get them for $25 was great. I also featured this neutral color belt from Neiman Marcus. Now here's the thing, I did not get this belt. And even when I did that video, my intention wasn't to get that belt in particular because it was $200. And I don't wear belts that often and don't want to spend a lot of money on belts, to be honest. That may change next year. I have one that'll be on my 2023 wish list that I'll share with you when the time comes. But I didn't want to spend that on that particular belt in that color. It was sort of a neutral color with a gold hardware. I was really hoping to find something similar in like a Neiman's outlet or Saks outlet or Nordstrom Rack, and I could not, which is surprising because I can usually find dupes. But I went into Marshall's and I found this belt, this neutral color Vince Komodo belt, and it has this silver hardware, not the gold hardware that I wanted. But I'm a little bit more lenient with mixing metals now. I wasn't before. Like, if it was gold, it had to be gold. If it was silver, it had to be silver. Now I'm okay with mixing metals, and I think I spent about $11 on this, maybe $11 on this belt. This was much better alternative than paying $200 for something I'm only gonna break out maybe once or twice a year. And this one is really sturdy, really high quality. It's 80% polyurethane, 20% metal. That must be the hardware. That's a weird fabric mark. That's a weird fabric description. Okay. Anyway, but it feels super sturdy. It kind of smells like real leather, even though it isn't. I'm pretty impressed with the quality of it. As you can see at the end, that hardware continues, which is a nice touch. It looks great on. So this was a great find for not wanting to spend $200 on something, again, that I'm not gonna wear that often. And I really just wanted a neutral colored belt just to have. And so finding this at Marshall's was perfect. And next on that wish list was jewelry. So I did pick up my dome ring from Majuri. I'm gonna put it on. I'm not gonna show you my nails because my nails are, they dusty. Okay, is that? Okay, here we go. Can you see it? I'll make sure that I get like some product shots of all of this so that you can see it a little bit better. But I did pick up the dome ring from Majuri. I mentioned that I lost this when I took it off to wash my hands at brunch. Another reason I hate brunch. I can do a whole video on why I don't like brunch. But anyway, this was a replacement item. It's just a simple gold dome ring, perfect for stacking jewelry, perfect if you go for sort of that minimal vibe when it comes to jewelry. I'll make sure I link all of this stuff that's still available below, and also I'll link the additions that I made below as well. And next up is this serpent bracelet from Anthropologie, and I did pick this up in the store. I was in there looking for home decor books and just decor accents, and I remember that I wanted this bracelet, so I went down to the jewelry section and they had it. I absolutely love this serpent bracelet. I will say, if you go for it, you should probably get 2 or 3 of their other bracelets just for a stackable moment because it looks pretty minimal on. Right, unless you want to go for this look, that's fine. But I feel like it's such a kind of statement piece that you might want to stack it with some other things. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to keep this because it's way too tight. When I tried it on the store, it's perfect. Right now, it's perfect, but I wore it out for an entire day, and it was so uncomfortable. It made indents in my wrist, and I think I have dainty wrists. Well, no, I probably got medium-sized wrists. But yeah, this is great. Love it. It feels super good quality, really heavy, but not gonna work for me because of the size. So I'm gonna gift this to one of my homegirls. I wish I would have got a box because that really would have saved me some Christmas money. But I'm gonna give this to one of my homegirls because it's not gonna work, but I still love it. I have some other bracelets that I'm looking out for right now that I'm probably gonna get that actually are a little bit more pricier than this. This retailed for $38. If it's still available, I'll link it, but I'm gonna get some other jewelry. I'm kinda shifting my bracelet game a little bit in terms of what I want. Picked it up, but it didn't work. You win some, lose some. Okay, next up was a pair of statement denim, and I mentioned that I wanted that Topshop pair of panel denim. They did not come back in stock, which I was hoping. I mentioned that in the video, but Topshop is very seasonal with their stuff, so it's very, very rare that things circle back around. So I should have known that they would not come back in stock. Now, I looked and looked and looked. I was on Farfetch, I was on ASOS, I was on Zara. I literally went everywhere. PacSun, a store I've never even looked at. I looked at their denim, I watched reviews. I cannot find the perfect pair of statement denim. I'm still looking. I want something that does say, oh, well, that's a different pair of jeans, but not completely, totally out there, because that's not really my vibe. So I'm still looking for the perfect pair. That Topshop pair was a perfect pair, which is probably why I just should have sucked it up and paid full price. I've never paid full price for jeans because I don't wear them a lot. But that's a perfect example of a missed opportunity. I've learned my lesson this year when it comes to missed opportunities. And they weren't even that expensive. They were like $95. I should have just picked them up. But anyway, I had mentioned a diesel pair in that video. Those I was only really showing as an example. They are definitely not what I wanted. So yeah. Still on the hunt for a statement denim. Hopefully we'll find what we need in 2023. Now lastly, man. Speaking of diesel, the focal point of that video was that diesel denim trench. Now, I did not get it. The reason I did not get it is because it was $895, which is not a problem. But I miscalculated the budget in that I forgot the Zara sale, which happens the day after Christmas. And usually when the Zara sale hits, I spend about that much, maybe not $895, but at least $600 to $700 on the Zara sale every summer and every winter. So I miscalculated the Zara sale this year. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put that diesel trench coat on hold until January. But I am getting it. I am not gonna miss that coat. So when I do get it, I will do a sole-lone dedicated video to it. I think it absolutely deserves it. And as soon as I get it, y'all will be the first ones to know. So that wraps up this video. In that wish list, I outlined 11 pieces. I probably got if you include the substitutes, I got 9 out of those 11 pieces. 2 I'm carrying over into next year. That trench coat is going to be a priority. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you feel inclined, and I will catch you on the next one.